Welcome back for those who missed the first part. My name is Violet Njoki and I'm joined by the Customer Experience Officer for Aspira Kenya. His name is Pavraj. He's been telling us about the financial product. The financial industry is what we're covering here today. So Pavraj, we talked about Aspira Kenya building itself here in Kenya. But what is the gap that you saw in the Kenyan market that you saw the need to come and fill it?
Well, it's very simple. I think the gap for us was how people are going to ease up their cash, knowing how the COVID times had been difficult in the market, customers didn't have that option to get the benefit of the product now and ease up their cash. So it's all about easing up their cash.
Easing up your life and the cash. So even that you mentioned about COVID, there are some economic constraints that it has had on the Kenyan market. How has it affected business for Aspira?
It's actually not affected business. It's actually been a beneficial to Aspira, whereby customers are worried about when to pay school fees and other factors. Aspira allows them to use just a very minimum portion of their cash, and they still get to save 90% of their cash to other products. So it's actually been beneficial to us.
Or instead of having affected, it actually brought a bit of clients your way. So when it comes to Aspira Kenya, how do you determine the rates in which you need to give a client, considering that you have different clients with different needs? How do you determine the rates that you're going to give them?
So the interest rates are based on algorithms, based on some factors such as disposable income or whatsoever. When a customer submits their M-Pesa and bank statement, there are certain aspects our bot looks at to determine the interest rate that fits best for this customer.
So everything is like electronically determined.
Yes.
Like you just put in, this one will get this will get this. And what about like return clients? Is there like some benefit for them? Like when a client comes like 2, 3, 4 times, is there like a benefit for them?
So every time a client comes back on successful repayment, we have them on zero deposit, gives them about 100% on financing. The interest rate does decrease as well. And they get enabled for a higher limit.
And when it comes to like borrowing money, is it does Aspira focus on borrowing money, or are there other services that you offer?
So we don't lend money or give our customers the cash. We basically finance the product for them, whereby the customer visits the retailer, and through Aspira we will pay up the retailer upfront for the product, and the customer gets to go the product immediately.
So help me understand a little bit. So if a customer comes and is under Aspira Kenya, goes to, we give the example of Samsung as you said, and they get an electronic from there. So they just say, I need this, so the company is the one which will contact you, or how does that work?
So basically, if a customer walks into an authorized Samsung reseller, what happens is the customer has 4 payment options. They have cash, they have M-Pesa, they have credit cards, and they have Aspira. If they choose Aspira, the retailer gets in touch with us immediately. One of our team members takes the customer through the process. Once that's done, within an hour, the customer gets to walk out with the product.
So it's like instant there?
Yes.
You leave with your product and
you leave with your product and you pay later.
But if I get maybe a TV and it breaks in the process, you do not care about that, you just have to...
Well, the warranty is given by the retailer whatsoever. See, we're the financier. If a customer does have an issue, we will guide and help the customer to contact the retailer based under the warranty and whatsoever if a product changes or anything as well.
Okay. So considering that Aspira is all about finances, there's also the fact that we have banks giving loans, we have SACCOs and all. What sets Aspira Kenya being a financial company sets it apart from the SACCOs and the bank loans?
So there's a lot of factors, and I think the most common one that we look at is offering our customers unsecured financing. When we introduce this concept to customers, they do get surprised that, oh wow, I get the benefit of not putting down my logbook or title deed and getting the product immediately.
So if they do not put in like the collateral, like the logbook and all, how are you sure that they're going to return?
Again, we are responsible lenders, so once we conduct our due diligence, it's very simple and straightforward.
Wow, okay, you have a lot of faith in your clients, if I may say. So with Aspira Kenya, considering that helping your clients get whatever they need is your main focus, what about the future of Aspira? Like, is there a step further that Aspira can take in this financial industry?
Well, I mean, being in the fintech industry, there's always something new that we're looking to venture in. In terms of Aspira, is we're currently focused on creating that awareness in the Kenyan market. All over the world, I mean, in the European industry or whatsoever, financing is very old. But in the Kenyan market, of course, financing is still a bit new. So our main focus is on creating that awareness in the industry right now.
So not a lot of people understand how this kind of product works. Do you offer when a client comes to you, how you sit them down and explain how it works?
Yes, we do. Every time a customer is curious or interested in our product, we make them understand what financing is. We do give them financial advice as well, and we help them understand how you get the benefit of the product, how your installments are done, how your deposits are done, and how it's beneficial to you in terms of building your credit history or whatsoever.
And have you focused in one county? We have 47 counties in Kenya, but Nairobi, even as much as Nairobi is the hub, what about other clients who are outside Nairobi? Does it work for everyone?
Yes, it does. We have our team that operates remotely. We do not have to physically be there with the customer for them to get the benefit of the product. So even if the customer does visit the retailer in Kisumu, Eldoret, even Mombasa, I can remotely assist the customer and they can walk out with the product.
Oh, it's as far as it can go.
Yes, however, we still have a team in Mombasa, in Kisumu, Eldoret as well.
To help just in case you're stuck somewhere. So I remember asking you about repeat clients who come and you give them some benefit. So what happens if a client comes in, is a first-time client, and takes a product worth quite a lot of money, maybe even get to 300,000? Do you consider that?
Yes, we do. Again, based on their documents submitted, based on their disposable income and other factors, if this customer has been healthy in the lending industry or borrowing well and not unsuccessful on any other borrowing place, they could be eligible for a high limit.
And if a client comes in, what is it that they need to have in hand to give it so that you can ensure that, yes, now you're in our system, that you can use our system?
So they must have their national ID in hand or whatsoever, because we do conduct a biometrics check that takes a couple of seconds to validate this the same customer as per their ID.
Yes.
Once that's done, just some basic information, and they generate the latest 3 months M-Pesa and the latest 3-month bank statement, other documents if and when required based on certain factors. So all those documents are very easy to get within a couple of seconds. I mean, M-Pesa, within seconds, your bank statement comes to the email, and you submit that.
There are a lot of people who are taking loans, and some have not maybe repaid, and they move to another app now to, let's borrow from this one, from this one. If you check a client and it comes that they have outstanding loans balances in other apps, do you consider that, and how does that affect their system?
That would depend if they're positively listed in CRB or negatively. If you have been borrowing a lot from Cash App loans or whatsoever and you're positively listed in CRB, that's good. That means you're building your credit history. If you're negatively listed, unfortunately not.
That cuts you out. Now you have to find another way. So for Aspira, that now that you are able to build 35 years in Mauritius, is the Kenyan market open for building your stand for that long even here? Do you think the Kenyan market is open to that?
Definitely, yes. We're actually looking to compete with our own company in Mauritius as well.
You want to compete with yourself?
Yes.
Wow. So you want to see if you can get to where Mauritius was?
Yes.
Well, I'm hoping that you can get there, considering that Kenya continues to grow on a daily basis. So if someone wants to come into Aspira, how do they get in contact with you? How do they find your services so that they can use it?
So we're based in a lot of malls. We have a lot of field agents within Nairobi in the biggest malls, i.e. Sarit Center, Westgate Mall. You go to Thika Road, there's some malls there. In a lot of our retailer partners, we have brand visibility, whereby you can see. With our partners, we have co-branding done on billboards, flyers or whatsoever. So wherever you visit and you see a Aspira presence, you're welcome to engage. Even our retailer partners are trained on how to engage with the customer and take them to the next step.
So even as we wind up, as much as Aspira can you help people with finances, it's still a business as well. You're still running a business. How have you been able to market yourself so that Kenyans can know there is Aspira Kenya out in the market?
So again, it's based on our retailer partners. Our retailer partners create that visibility. We do co-sharing, branding or whatsoever. We're very active on social media platforms, and our website has been key in terms of that. We do have an active call center that operates to create that awareness for all our partners or customers that do call in and understand the product financing industry. Yeah.
Okay, so as we wind up, Pavraj, what is your parting shot to Kenyans even as they aim to delve into this industry that people are actually hoping?
I would really invite a lot of Kenyans to come, try the product, get the benefit of it, walk away with that TV, that phone, the furniture product right now and pay later. I mean, if you're going to save up 90% of your cash, you might as well do it with Aspira.
Yeah, you might as well just go with the easiest there is. Well, thank you so much, Pavraj, for your time, and I'm hoping that more Kenyans can get to join Aspira and make their life a bit easier. Say that Aspira makes it easy. It's a buy now,
pay later.
Pay later. That is quite easy for you. So if you're out there and you see the need for you to get something but you can't pay for it, Aspira is here with the buy now, pay later aspect. Thank you so much, Pavraj, and I'm hoping that Kenyans have learned about the financial products that are there in the market, and that Aspira can continue to help out where it can. Well, guys, that is all we had here for you here today about the financial industry. We've learned quite a lot, apparently. There's something like buy now, pay later. Give me that aspect. I'm going for it. So anyway, until next time, talk to us on 22047. Tell us which business do you want us to feature next. Talk to us on TV47K, all our social media platforms, or Violet Njoki, all my social media platforms. Tell us which business do you want us to go to, who do you want us to see, talk to. Well, until next week, when you go to another business, another entrepreneur, my name is Violet Njoki. Bye now, pay later. See you then.
You are watching
Despite being visually impaired, he is a jack of all trades. It is our quest to find answers on how to take care of children with special needs and those with disability. You do not need to see musical notes to understand music, but rather to have your soul feel the vibe.
Did not happen. Every Saturday at 6:30 p.m.
Despite being visually impaired, he is a jack of all trades. It is our quest to find answers on how to take care of children with special needs and those with disability. You do not need to see musical notes to understand music, but rather to have your soul feel the vibe.
Actually, for us to make a wheelchair, we have to take measurements of the user.
After doing my assessment, I get to know the parent, I get to know the...
It's living with ease and accessing quality lifestyle while taking a swim. It's taking care of your body in a 5-star gym while you achieve your fitness goals. It's living in a serene and quiet neighborhood. It's about staying in a place with spacious driveways and ample parking. It's about living in a safe and secure environment. It's about convenient shopping. Soft life is living comfortable in affordable and yet an elegant space. It's everything stylish. Here's to introducing Great Rift Apartments, located at the heart of Nakuru City in Kisulisuli Estate, just a few minutes from the central business district. Great Rift Apartments, the hub of soft living. On the next episode of The Realtor.
From the scenic view of the coastline to the hot air breeze that comes from the same, these are some of the things that introduces you to the life in coast. But you know what? Your choice of destination also complements your experience here. Join me this Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. as I give you some of the places that you can have all this together.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories. We value your feedback. If you would like to send questions, comments, or suggestions for your favorite TV47 shows, call us on telephone number 0740 047 047 or email us on info@tv47.co.ke. You can also write to us on PO Box 599 00606, Sarit Center, Nairobi, or you can reach us on any of our social media at TV47 Kenya across all platforms. You can also drop your complaint or feedback at our office located on number 10 Ojiji Close off Ojiji Road, Parklands, Nairobi.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Flight Tech 47.
Despite being visually impaired, he is a jack of all trades. It is our quest to find answers on how to take care of children with special needs and those with disability. You do not need to see musical notes to understand music, but rather to have your soul feel the vibe.
Actually, for us to make a wheelchair, we have to take measurements of the user.
After doing my assessment, I get to know the parent, I get to know the heaviness she's carrying.
Disability comes at different stages of life.
Maumivu yakizidi, muone daktari. You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
After 3 days of lectures, these girls have something to announce to their families, their culture, and the world.